So I spent long enough not actually doing the video on this book that I've largely forgotten what's in it. I kept telling myself I was really going to prepare for this video and that this video was going to be, like a really solid explanation of what this book is and why you should go out and read it. And then the fact that I had told myself that I was going to do that became a reason not to make this video. So now I'm just, hitting play and telling you about this book. The book is Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan. It's not the first book that I've read by Claire Keegan, although there's something kind of interesting about her books. They all come in book form, like this, but they're very, very short. The first one that I read was about 5,000 words long, which is not long enough that I would generally call it a book, but hey, it looks like this. I bought it in a bookstore. It must have been a book. And you know what? I found that absolutely delightful. Picking up one of Claire Keegan's books, sitting down, reading for like an hour, and then just being fucking done with the story, that was awesome. And it kind of brought me back to this class I took one time where the professor said he was really interested in novellas. And then unfortunately, novellas have just kind of gone out of style. Probably more for commercial reasons, he said, than like reading preference. But yeah, people just don't really buy and sell novellas the way that they used to. And that's what makes this book so fucking exciting to me because it is absolutely a novella. It's in the range of 15,000 words, so we're thoroughly hitting novella territory here. It's probably not something you would typically read in one sitting, but you totally could if you wanted to. It's like a movie worth of art experience right here. The book is Small Things Like These. It's set in Ireland, I believe, during the Troubles, and it's fucking great. Like there's lots of stuff inside of it that doesn't have to do with the length, but honestly, I just find the length. It's a weird compliment to give a book, but I find the length to be the most delightful thing about it. The fact that you could if you wanted to read it in one sitting and it wouldn't even really be that onerous. You could just walk to the park and read the whole book. It makes it like a really well thought out, thorough short story. It also allows, I think when you have that few elements, it allows those elements to really, really sing. And I think that this is just a thing that we're kind of missing from a lot of books. I mean, I have read so many novels that are just mid. And the reason that they're mid, like I can almost feel it as I'm reading. The reason that they're mid is because if you want to publish something, if you want it to be a book that people are gonna buy from a bookstore, you have to hit at least 40 to like 60,000 words. And there's a lot of novel ideas where the idea just doesn't have that many words in it. And so I'm very, very excited about this book because it doesn't do that at all. It's a concept that easily could have been spun out into like a 60,000 word novel, and it would be much worse for it. It could be four times the length with about the same amount of stuff in there, and it would just not be very good. Um, and instead, what Claire Keegan has given us is a book that is just the good parts. It's just the good parts for, not very long. There's not very much book here, but every single page sings. And that's pretty rare. Yeah, I guess the thing is just that, like, as I was reading this, I started to recognize the ways in which the publishing industry has super duper shaped what a novel even is, and generally for the worst. Like, a novel has to take a very particular shape, otherwise, it doesn't get to be on shelves. So, to some extent, I really just am excited about that being eroded by books like this. Also, it's great for reasons other than the like novella thing. It's just a great book. Like I said, every single page sings. There's lots of sort of like resonant metaphors here. It's my one of my favorite genres in practice. When I hear about these kinds of books, I don't get excited about them, but when I actually read them, I usually like them a lot. It's a guy walking around and thinking about stuff. It's a guy who walks around, he does things. What kind of things does he do? Not very exciting things. And then he has thoughts. And I absolutely love it. I'm making it sound worse than it is. It's fantastic. You should go out and purchase, 3 copies just to show the market how much we appreciate these shorter novels. All right, that's my review of Claire Keegan's Small Things, and also, I guess, my review of the concept of a novella. All right, bye bye.